So we're live. Hello, everybody. We are live. We're back again on the Growth Collab show. And today we've got Susan Walbrook. And I'm super excited to have Susan today. One of the reasons is that she did my growth program and has seen amazing successes. But also, more importantly, Susan, just to talk to you about the fantastic work that you're doing. You're an ex-designer, now a transformational life coach. And you're doing incredible stuff around imposter syndrome and burnout and like really important topics. And it is amazing to have you here. So welcome.
Thank you. Lovely,
Yeah,
Emmy.
welcome. I'm excited.
Yeah. So you want to know a little bit about me?
I would love to know. Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously I know quite a bit about you, but I'd love for you to share your story with everyone. I think it's really interesting how you found your niche, and I think the work that you're doing is really interesting, really relevant and much needed. So just love to hear a bit about why you decided to go into the work that you're doing, how you got into it.
My background is fashion design. I was a fashion designer for 26 years. And 3 years ago, I call it fell off the perch. I burnt out. And I decided that I needed to go and research why I had burnt out and what I needed to do personally for myself to get through the burnout. So I suffered for 26 years of imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome, if people need to know a little bit more about it, is that you truly believe you are not good enough for the job that you have got. The more higher up the ladder you go, the more people get it. 7 out of 10 professionals suffer with it at some point in their career, but often in silence. And mine was very much in silence. And it crippled me in that every day I went to work feeling sick. Every day I got on that train and I just thought, when are they going to find out I'm not good enough? When are this is just a fluke. When are they going to find out? And it just made my life and my career. I could have done so many things more now looking back if I'd sorted out my imposter syndrome. And I think in the creative industry, it's kind of rife because there is no right or wrong. So we're all very precious, the creative people, and our mind works in different ways. And it's just full of abusive, negative self-talk. So when I burnt out, I took a year to work on myself, and I went to therapy, which was amazing. And I decided that I needed to go back into the industry and help all those other people that are suffering in silence. So I then went and restudied and became a certified life coach. So now my big mission is to get out in that industry and help as many people as I can. I want to get it out the closet. I want people to start talking about it. And I want people to know that there is actually help out there. Imposter syndrome and negative self-talk and burnout, they're things that you truly can work on. And knowing that you can go and see someone about it and that you're not on your own, and that the more people that talk about it, the better. Trying to get retailers within the workplace to understand it, and how they can help their teams through it. And you shouldn't feel shameful that you have it, because the higher up the ladder you are, you do get it. And it's all about identifying when it's there, what's real. Is it a negative chatter that you have this thing just sitting on all the time? Is it real? Where does it come from? What do I need to do about it? I need to tone it down. And I now at a stage with mine that I totally know where it's coming from, and I know how to tone it down, and I talk to it. And that's how you do. You treat it like it's literally a sit, and then you talk to it and you discuss it, and it becomes your friend. So there's a toolkit that I can go through with clients, and that's what I do as a life coach. And each person has an individual toolkit on how they can cope with that. And then as with burnout, it's being you know, what can you do once you've got burnout, had it? How can you improve your life to make sure it doesn't happen again? Or if you're going through it, what do you need to do? Do you need to fully stop? And that's what we do as a life coach. We're forward thinking. Well, I'm here now, but I want to be over there and I don't know how to get there. And that's my job, is to help people, those tiny, tiny little steps. And I'm just holding their hand along the way. I'm just there with them, but they're the ones that have all the answers. It's their journey. And so that's what I do. And it's incredibly rewarding to know that I can help these people.
I suppose, like, when you've been through something like that, you know, I've been through not similar, but different challenges at the moment. And I kind of feel like I want to take I want to take everything that I've learned and experienced and do something with it. Is that how you feel? It's almost like you had this horrible experience, but actually, if you talk about it, if you create awareness around it, if you're there to support people, then at least you haven't gone through it you know, at least you've gone through it, but then you can use your experience to help people. Yeah. Is that how you feel? Absolutely. Is that what's driving you?
Absolutely. I knew that what had happened to me, and I got through it. I got help and I could speak to someone about it, because I went to see a life coach as well as a therapist. And it was like a massive relief. It was literally, this thing had been sitting on my shoulders for 26 years. And I honestly thought, well, that's life. You've got to live with it. That's who you are. Mm-hmm. And it's not. It doesn't have to sit there for so long. And that massive relief has changed my life. I mean, I get goosebumps when I think about how it's changed my life. Not only my career, everything that I do in my life has changed, because I've kind of faced it head on. And I just want to give that opportunity to all those other people that feel the same, that it doesn't have to be like that.
They might not know that it doesn't have to be like that.
No. I think what stands out for me as well is the loss to the workforce, to themselves, like their capacity to build, to grow, to expand, to do things. I know that more people are talking about mental health and imposter syndrome and burnout and all of these things much more. And I think that's such a good thing, because actually we all lose as a society, don't we?
Oh gosh, yeah. We don't progress because you don't feel that you're good enough to do that next thing.
Yeah, we can't be productive. We can't be, I mean, it sounds a bit wanky sometimes, isn't it? This idea of your best self, but we can't be our best self, can we? In that space. I think it's really important that this is addressed. And I wish that not only would individuals come and seek you out, but the organisations would see what a financial loss it is to them of having their staff going through this. And actually, there could be a much more holistic approach, couldn't there?
Absolutely.
From the employers and the employees. And it's such an irony, isn't it? Because part of imposter syndrome is feeling like you're not good enough. And the problem is, if you then admit to having imposter syndrome, it feeds into it and makes you feel like you're not good enough because you've got imposter syndrome. And then you're just sort of in this spiral, self-doubt, aren't you?
Yeah.
Normalize it and say, actually, like you said, I don't know what the stat was, 7 out of 10 or something like that. Like
7 out of 10. People. So you're their boss and their bosses
probably also having it.
They're probably having it. And
right now,
and you say, actually, I suppose as soon as the idea is to start before it's got to the point that it's really tricky, or to get to the point that you don't get burnout. It's almost like if you can have that coaching and that support, and to have that person who's got your back and who understands you and who's guiding you, like you said, you're a guide, aren't you? You're a trusted guide, a bit similar to like what Debbie and I do. We're just guiding people on their journey. If you can guide those people and prevent those things from happening, that is huge.
It changes their life. Honestly, the clients that I had one lady who honestly thought that she was going to have to give up her job because she had it so bad. And after my 18-week program she was on, she absolutely loves the job, and she's realized it was actually just her negative self-talk that was stopping her from understanding. And now she's absolutely thriving. She's got a promotion. and she's aware when it comes, and she knows what's to do with it. So it's just incredible when you know that you can actually deal with it. As I say, it just brings goosebumps in all over me.
It's amazing, and it's so good to hear that you found a way to channel, you know, the horrible experience that you had, and that you found a way that you can help people, and you're, you know, hopefully going to keep people in jobs that they love. And
absolutely, yeah,
and
and
like
it
you
comes
said,
from here. It comes from here, and I think that's what people resonate with when my social media and the way that my website is and the way that I talk on social media, it's completely honest. I mean, I fell off the perch. I burnt out. I had imposter syndrome. I didn't believe I was good enough. You've just got, it comes from such an honest background. And I think that's what people like about me. It resonates. So they know they can come to me. No, I haven't just read it from a textbook. Yes, I went and studied it and I got an amazing distinction, but I went through it. So weirdly, I do not have imposter syndrome about this job, because
you're in your space. You found the place, haven't you?
On the walking, talking, this is working because I'm talking to you guys. I talk to directors of companies and they're my clients. I wouldn't have been able to have done that 5 years ago. So I've got mine under control.
And that's fantastic. And, you know, Debbie and I'd love to obviously know a bit about the growth program. So I know when you came to me last year, we were miraculously connected, weren't we?
Yes.
And you spot, I think I said something like, I'm about to do a webinar and I'm really scared and I'm going to sell live or something on my webinar. And you were like, I'm coming. And I was like, oh my God. And then you were like, I don't mind if you sell live. And you bought the growth program live on the webinar. And, and I don't think we really knew each other before that, but I think, you know, you were early stages of setting up your business.
Yeah. I was still studying, actually.
You were still studying.
But I knew where I wanted to go, and I knew I needed the business side.
And you were very dedicated to doing the work. I remember that, and it was great. But I'd love to, you know, talk to you a bit about that. Like, what did you know, how did it help you, the growth program, and what did you take from it?
Okay, so I came on to the growth program because I knew really nothing about growing a business. I knew nothing. I knew where I wanted to be, but I saw you actually on a LinkedIn thing, and I thought, I love you as a person. I actually bought into you as a person.
That's nice.
You have this trusting, lovely side of you that I thought, you're the one, because you get many people on LinkedIn tell you, oh, come and, you know, they DM you, come and and you just had this approach that was just lovely. And I came to the growth program because I just needed some guidance, like coaching on that business side. And it just looked a great opportunity to for you to open my awareness up about who was I, what am I doing, what am I about, what's the best thing about me, what's going to make me different, what's, you know, all those things that just go on in your head and you don't really know what it is. Coming onto the growth program, you had it all laid out in really simple, lovely ways of looking at it, and very easy when you go, oh yeah, you know, and very real and honest. And, you know, you picked things out that were so obvious, but I was not seeing. I mean, you literally have put me on a road that I would never have gone on. It was so obvious.
I love that. And that's the thing about being the guide, isn't it? And having that kind of mapped out, because obviously you have your specialism as a transformational life coach and are really good at that. Then we have this other skill set, don't we? When we want to build how do we build a business? How do we create a compelling offer? How do we build those partnerships? How do we price our products? Like, all of this stuff is kind of like, it's such a big thing. And actually to have that all laid out makes a big difference, because I think also you can spend a lot of time researching, and to have it all poured into one place just saves you so much time.
Don't concentrate on those things. This is it. This is like the quick 5-step guide to Emmy's been through it. She knows what she's talking about. You truly trust her. And then you can just get rid of all that outside noise, can't you?
There's so much
on the
noise.
things that matter, like having that focus, isn't it? On the, we all know that Emmy loves the mission critical, but having that focus on what am I going to do to build my business that's making the biggest difference, than trying to spread yourself thin and doing lots of different things everybody tells you should do. Like, actually, for most businesses, there's probably 2 or 3 things that make the biggest difference. And being able to kind of distill that and boil that down. Just saves heartache as well. Time, effort, and heartache of going, this isn't working.
And the mission critical that I came up with was exactly what I've done. And it's exactly how the business has grown because of the things that you put in. I think if I didn't come and see you, I would have been local life coach to my area on the minimum you can get for coaching, and wouldn't ever have used the potential. And I'm so far from that because of where Emmy had actually pitched me. And
where are you now? Where are you now? I want to know. I mean, I kind of know, but it's like amazing. So what is this, like 6 months or something? And you're
it's probably not even that, because I actually came to you whilst I was still studying, you know. I was but that's me. I'm always on the next thing and the next thing.
Organized,
I'm
so where have you been? You know, where are you now? Because you said you're not doing the local life coaching, you know, and I know that's what you're thinking. And I was thinking, you've got so much potential, you know, like you should be there, like coaching the CEOs of these big businesses and coaching the leadership team and doing workshops in those kind of big fashion brands. So I'd love to know, like, have you managed to get in touch with any of them yet? Are you in talks with any of them?
So where I am now is that, well, one of my mission critical was LinkedIn, is to use the platform of LinkedIn. And the best advice you gave me was just contact to that level of those people within those businesses. So I just went on premium for a month and done that, and that was amazing. That was the best advice that you could give me. And contacted them and just had sort of easy kind of chats with them. And so I connected to all those people. Then I got quite a few clients from doing that, and I have one-to-one clients, and they are CEOs and they are creative directors. And then can get and then when you get so they're on like my 12-month program, so
amazing,
then they can see how good I am, and then they now have put me in contact with their HR teams.
Fabulous. That's amazing.
Well, I've had her. So I done like 3 sessions for free with these directors, and then they decide then, oh, okay, I know what she's about. I mean, you have to do that when you start. And then it's just word of mouth now. And I do now have 500 more so connections of directors and designers in Milan. I have a client who is in Milan, and then that opens up to now I can go into Europe, and
amazing.
It's just opened up. So at the minute I'm on this kind of networking, opening up. That's how I've done it, and it just will snowball. But my absolute mission is to get, and I'm in talks with the big retailers and brands on actually coming in and getting it right in the root cause within the industry. That's as well as my one-to-one clients. That's my passion. I want to be like the person in the industry to make the change.
You're already doing it. It's amazing.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. And just to see your confidence to go and connect with all those people and start
passion.
And start those conversations, and to charge, you know, to be charging for the transformation you're providing, and to be charging what you're worth. You've got like however many, you know, what was it, 20 plus years experience, haven't you?
Absolutely.
So
experience in the retail industry, passion and burnout and impossible.
It's huge. It's kind of
Yeah.
like it's so needed. And I think also when you're so passionate about it, I mean, and you've also had that lived experience, how can people not buy into that?
And then the other mission critical was the pricing. You gave me some incredible advice, and I have stuck with it. And yeah, that advice you gave me was very true. And that is, charge what you honestly deserve to get, you know. Charge, you know, look at the price and look at your target, and don't underprice yourself, really. That was. And I also, looking at, you know, the pricing structure, I decided I wasn't going to put my pricing on my website, because, you know, you have to charge kind of individually. You can't really, well, you have a figure on what you do for one-to-one, but when it comes to business coaching, it's all very different. So you can't really put a price on your website. So that was the best thing that I've ever done. And then the next thing was, my last mission critical was videos.
And I see you doing videos. I saw you doing a video yesterday.
Fantastic.
And it's amazing.
I've actually got quite a few in the pipeline. So, and I absolutely thoroughly enjoy doing them. So my biggest passion is to get people, either my clients or people within the industry, to talk about their experiences. And I could not believe how many of my clients said, oh my God, yes. Oh my God, I want to, yes, let me do it. And I will have coming up the creative directors at Boohoo doing one, just to get out on a video on my LinkedIn that this is how real it is. And these are like people in the industry that are kind of up there, and it's real. What's going on is real. And so I just thought it was a great way of kind of opening up, getting it out the closet. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And I've got some fantastic people that want to do it. I mean, it's kind of like another sideline to what I'm doing.
It's brilliant. And I think
I'm like a firm cotton.
I love it. The firm cotton of imposter syndrome in the fashion industry. That's great. But also, like you said, kind of blowing the lid off it, like making it visible. You're making yourself visible, but you're also talking about it and kind of taking it away from the, you know, there's no mystery around it. It's just, this is how it is. And lots of people, look at these creative directors that recognize this. And then that's going to help people coming up from the bottom, isn't it? Feel that it's normalized.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I can see that you're on a massive mission here.
I am.
You know, to change the industry, which is fantastic, isn't it? Like, amazing.
Yeah,
and I love it.
And it's so good to see that, like, I mean, to be honest, like, I'm amazed. You obviously are amazing, and I think if you take action, you will get results. I'm amazed by what you've managed to do, because since the growth program, it's been brilliant. But I'm just so happy that, like, you're getting results, not just results for yourself. You're helping all these people, and it's such an important topic. And you're doing something that's really fantastic. And the people you're helping need you. The companies that you're helping need you. And it's been amazing. And I just wanted to say thank you, because you actually showed up, did the sessions, did the work, and implemented it. And then obviously you prove that if you do that, you will get results. Like you said,
many things that have worked in my growth is everything that you said: customer onboarding, offboarding, the customer journey, the lovely book that I give my customers.
Love it.
The whole thing about keeping your customer, your client happy. It will then, if you keep them happy, it will grow. And also, right at the beginning, it's not always about the financials thing. It's about networking, proving to people you can do it. You know, that it's kind of like, what is success? I don't see it as a big monetary thing at the minute. For me, success is to get somebody on a video and talk about their imposter syndrome. That's success to me. And it's going to then lead to other things. But success to me is, as I say, it's about getting your network and getting out there, and you will have falls on the way. But
well, you're doing that, and you're also signing new clients and getting amazing deals. So you're doing it all, and I think, well done. Hats off to you. We keep these short and sweet. I just love this conversation so much. We normally keep it to 20 minutes, don't we, Debbie? But like imposter syndrome, Exactly. Burnout, results, you know, women helping each other. I love supporting women. I also love seeing women charge what they're worth. And, you know, like on the growth programs, I pretty much helped everyone with their pricing. I do remember that because it feels to me like a lot of people are undercharging.
And what I loved, Emmy, is that you was quite open with it. Everyone was talking about it openly. This is how much I don't know. You need to charge more. It's not it was quite it wasn't everyone wasn't worried about talking about it. I loved that people said, this is how much to charge. And everyone went, oh no, you need to charge more.
Yeah, exactly. We're all supporting each other. Exactly. And that's important, isn't it? Susan, thank you so much for the work that you do, for the fact that you've jumped on board with your videos and your pricing and your customer journey and everything. It's been amazing.
And it's all down to the growth program. I mean, because I really wouldn't be sitting here now. I would love it doing my local life coaching.
Well,
and instead you're changing the world. Big seismic changes. That's what we want, isn't it? Women to think big and do big things.
Absolutely.
So on that note, just to say thank you, Susan, and also Debbie and I, we are planning to launch the growth program in 2022. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for that happening. But thanks so much, Susan. Have a fantastic day. Bye, Debbie.
Bye.